Prepare yourself. The Kamidogu podcast begins now.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kamidogu podcast. So glad to have you with us once again. I hope you all had a great Christmas and New Year and that your 2025 has started off with a bang. If you're new here, we're a long-running podcast all about Mortal Kombat, brought to you by an even longer-running Mortal Kombat fan site. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please consider sharing the show with a friend from within your favourite podcast app to help spread some of that sweet MK love. Today, combatants, we have the pleasure of being joined by 4 content creators to discuss the newest addition to Mortal Kombat 1, Floyd. His introduction to the series, although alluded to for some time, came as a bit of a surprise and really injected new life and a real buzz into the community. It was great to see everyone band together to find him and share their experiences online with each other. If you need help finding Floyd, Kamidogu has an entire section dedicated to him, including a handy printable checklist allowing you to track your progress. So, without further ado, let's welcome today's guests and get this party started. All right, here we are. I knew you'd love that, Fate. Here we are with a bunch of legends here to talk about Floyd. So we've got Total MK, we've got Mad Mike coming back, we've got Lynx, and we've got Fate. How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
You just stole my shit, bro.
Will got him on the intro.
You just stole my stuff.
I did.
Right.
I had to though.
He stole my bit too. He's a thief.
I literally say I'm taking a break. And what does this guy do? He's just immediately just taking my stuff, man.
Hey,
Right.
imitation is a form of flattery, all right? That is the greatest one-word intro that ever existed. All
He's
right.
just intimidating.
Flattered that someone with hair is intimidating you.
Exactly.
Yes.
You should be.
I have hair, it's just around the sides occasionally.
Yeah.
Different spots.
Yeah.
So obviously we're all here together today to talk about Floyd, one of the biggest secrets to appear in a Mortal Kombat game for what seems like decades. He was included in the January 2025 Conan update, which in many ways I think kind of overshadowed Conan's inclusion. But, you know, it really got the community buzzing. And, you know, what do you guys think about Floyd in general?
Well, what you said right there.
Yeah.
He overshadowed Conan. I've been saying the guest characters are overdone. I've been saying it forever, and everyone's just like, oh, MK doesn't shut up. There's the proof.
Yeah, I feel like Floyd kind of really overshadowed Conan and stuff. It's just like, personally for me, I didn't really care for Conan, but it's just like when that Floyd stuff popping out and stuff, I just when everybody started locked in for that. So everyone just started locking in and doing like clues and everything. And I feel like that was just like, it felt like, you know, like the old school secret feel to it, because we never really had that in a long time and stuff. And I'm glad NRS are really doing that. They really brought that back for it.
I'll say, as like more of a watcher and less of like a keeping up to date with every single thing, I seen maybe 2 things on Conan, and then all of a sudden it was just all Floyd. And my feed was covered. Like, people are obsessed with Floyd. So I do think it was a weird timing of both of them coming out. But at the same time, I'm glad it did, because it just proved that these fucking characters they keep making are stupid. I'm just saying. Yep. You want to bring a good character in the game, I will fight to the end of the earth's Xena, the warrior princess, or Alice Manus Returns, Alice Little. I'm sorry, but why they haven't been added to the game, I'm just saying.
That is a good point, actually, because NRS, I think the last time they brought out a DLC, what was it? No, the last DLC female was Tanya, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, not Tanya. No,
not
yeah.
Tanya.
Tanya the last
was it
female
Tanya?
DLC?
Yeah,
Oh,
like in an actual DLC pack. Wasn't that
yeah,
MK10?
okay. Yeah.
Wow. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was Tanya, MKX.
Yeah. I think...
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna... Here we go. All right, so I played with Floyd.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I used the hook, because I was sitting there on stream trying to find him, and then I'm like, I'm gonna load him up. I wanna see what this guy's got, right? And you're saying, Mike, that old school feel of finding stuff. So we actually saw the entire community come together, which is the first time we've seen the community do that in a long time. But his moveset is crazy. So if you tone down his speed, I think he'd actually be not only a great character in the game, but he's an old school ninja. You know, like he's not this, you know, I don't know. It feels like they really focused on giving this character just tons of awesome special moves, even if they're taken, you know, from different characters. And I ended up doing, like, I was sitting there on stream working this. I did like this 28 hit combo, just combining like, you know, a bunch of like the special moves and everything, and it just looks so good. He's got these really cool lightning effects that come out, like a white sort of like buzz lightning thing every single time he does a special move.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Floyd gave me those Chameleon vibes where, you know, when Chameleon I think first started popping up in Trilogy, you know, N64 or PS1, it was like, man, this is so good. This is just amazing. We got this brand new ninja in the game, and I really hope they make him playable. I think that'd be the absolute icing on the cake. He's an incredible character. Yeah,
they can make him playable as long as it wasn't like online, no tournaments, just offline solo.
Yeah, because I feel like that with Floyd and stuff, like, you know how like with Reptile and MK1, where he just had like Sub-Zero and Scorpion's moveset, but in MK2 he has his own. He has his own with the acid and force ball, slide, and like with Floyd, like if they bring him in a new Mortal Kombat game whenever they make one, and they'll give it like a brand new moveset.
Generally, the way they do it with MKs is they bring in a secret character, then the next game or 2 games later or 3 games later or whatever, they become a character. They get like balanced properly.
I feel like it would really break the internet if they made him an actual playable character, because I don't think there's been a single Mortal Kombat character that has gotten as much buzz as Floyd has. Like, I haven't seen as much. I mean, maybe in the past, but I'm talking more like Twitter, for example. I'm on Twitter a lot, and I've never seen a single, mind you, I am young, but I've never seen a single Mortal Kombat character blow up on Twitter like Floyd did.
And the reason for that is because it's an old school secret. So, Link, when this game came out, they had invasions mode, right? And you'd just be playing, right, and not even trying, and you'd win an invasions battle, and it would be like, you found a secret fight, and it would just pop up, and it was like that, and it was just like another fight. It was nothing like how they did Floyd. I'm like, this is so dumb. It's not even a secret. Like, I didn't even do anything to get it. Whereas the Floyd thing, I've still got people messaging me going, I can't get it, like weeks after. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like an obsession. Like, everyone wants that background. And that's what I'm saying. Good rewards, actual secret character, people will be all over it. But when you have shit rewards and it just hands you secret fights, it is so boring. It is so lackluster that no one wants anything to do with it.
Not to derail the conversation slightly, but I really sort of wonder why NRS moved away, because I've been playing tons of old school MK on Fightcade. And it's been great. I'm getting destroyed by basically half of America because they never stopped playing since the 90s. And it's so good. Like, it's amazing. But there's all these little sound effects, like uppercut. Ooh, outstanding. You know, the trees roaring and stuff like that. We don't have all of these little cool sound effects anymore. I don't know why they took it. Like, my conspiracy brain goes, did they take this stuff away because the pro scene are like finding it distracting in tournaments? I don't know. But it seems like so dumbed down. When you go back to the old games, there's just, every time you do something really cool, uppercut, you know, all that stuff, there's these awesome sound effects, or you hear a crowd, you know, clapping, or it's just amazing. And we don't have that anymore I've got
an idea on that. I have a feeling. One of the background sounds, why they might have taken them out. So, you remember there used to be a blind player? He passed away like during MK11. Games dedicated to him. he worked on all the games, like helping them with audio design, because he could play before they even did it. For that reason, he could play Mortal Kombat because his sound was good. He figured out how to play the game blind, and I reckon they just locked onto that and became obsessed with it to a degree where they started to really focus on the audio design of the game for that reason. And that could be why they took out like the growling tree in the background, like because it like it overlaps other things, which I don't agree with. They shouldn't do it, because he was playing the game already before they were doing that stuff specifically for that reason anyway. So that's my take on it. And also, like, reducing the aggression of certain things, like when you uppercut the outstab. It's funny because Sal DeVita said it when he was at that con recently with Ed Boon. He goes, when you'd walk into an arcade, you'd hear the uppercut sound. And when he said that, I'm like, that's true. It took me back to my time in the arcade. And I'm like, yeah, you'd hear it over all that noise, over all the Daytonas. You would still hear Mortal Kombat going, excellent. You could still hear it coming from the corner.
Didn't they crank the sound of Killer Instinct in the arcades too? So it was louder than everything else to try and get that attention.
It had a techno soundtrack too. It was like, like it had a lot of that stuff going on. Side note on that, actually, I'm friends with Robin Beanland and Graham Norgate on Facebook, who did the soundtrack. And the other day, he put up a photo of the drum machine from Killer Instinct 1 and 2, and I was like,
that's sweet.
I was like, because I wonder if my presets are still on it from the 90s. I'm like, that's awesome.
I have to say, when I fought Floyd, first of all, when the screen smashed and I finally achieved it, like I did actually shit my pants. Not really, but it felt like it. But I had that old school buzz, really, like when you find Reptile in MK1, the actual MK1. It's the greatest feeling in the world, right? And you're instantly overcome with this anxiety, knowing that you've only got, with Reptile you had one chance, with Floyd you get 3 chances, but you're overcome with this insane anxiety, like, holy shit, this is the moment now. I have to do this, otherwise I'm not going to succeed.
So, Chris, have you done it in an arcade in front of people?
No, I haven't.
I have. That's anxiety, bro.
I know that.
Yeah, so when you do it in an arcade, it's times it by at least 2.
Yeah.
Like, the feeling is that great. People start huddling around you, because it happened to me when I came to Melbourne. I think I got Reptile the first time in Melbourne, I think. People huddle around you. They're looking over your shoulder. They're wondering what's going on. I haven't seen this. Why is he in the bottom of the pit? All that. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, Reptile's fast. He has Scorpion Sub-Zero's move, so pressure was on the win.
But did you get that old school vibe when you fought Floyd?
Yeah,
like it just 100%. Felt like the old days for somehow.
Because one thing is that, like, once you when you get that 10th clue, like once you get it, like, it'll trigger and everything, and then the screen will shatter, and it's just like it has that feeling and stuff where you just like a fight interrupted, you get into a secret fight, and it's just like you're in this unusual arena and stuff, where it's just like you fighting a secret character, and then it's just like it restored that feeling for me, because like when I fought Floyd, it was scary. It was scary because like he was just so fast. He was just so fast, and it's just like you can't, like, how can you stop him and stuff? And at first it's like I thought you were gonna get, like, after you get your ass beat, you can't fight him again and you have to start over, but the game will let you have 3 chances, so I'm glad they did that. But it feels like you kind of accomplished something. To where, like, okay, you fought this character and you get a reward of something really good.
The arena,
and the fact that, like, you get a stage that comes with it.
Yep.
And it's a damn nice stage too. It kind of gives me like Soul Calibur vibes.
Yeah,
and Sunny's a bit mental, but
it's more Street Fighter Alpha 2, because Street Fighter Alpha 2 has a stage where, like, it has, like, it's the same kind of stage, but is more lightning and it's stormy around, because they got it from Street Fighter the movie, the animated movie back then.
This is a man of culture. 100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing movie.
I want there to be
so
a stage
good.
fatality on that stage because I reckon the best stage fatalities are the ones that don't look like they have stage fatalities. It doesn't look like an evil background. Like
well, what would you do? Would you knock your opponent to the ground and then
either you
like
hit
get a
them-
lawnmower and just cut the
No,
grass
no, that's silly, man.
and go over the top?
No. You hit them into the
Mother
background,
Nature
and
thanks you.
they go through the ground or something, like through the ground. The ground's weak. They go down into like a underground pit, like a dirt pit or something. With spikes, tree roots maybe, or you hit them into the background and lightning just strikes them. They just burn. And the whole field just catches fire. Just with that epic.
I do like those ideas, but I would also like to see like Sub-Zero on a ride-on mower just run over you as he's cutting the grass. I think that would be awesome.
That's silly. You take it back to MK3 times when Jack turns into a giant for no reason.
Yeah.
That's why MK4 was super dark. They're like, what were we doing?
But I really like also the way he's introduced, like that intro where he, that beam of light shoots up from the hills and then, you see all the rainbow ninjas. But do you have any concerns? Yeah, that too. The guitar riff was awesome. But do you have any concerns that he's kind of become like a Chameleon replacement? Like people are so excited about Floyd that Chameleon will be forgotten?
I saw that.
No, I don't think so because, like, of course, Floyd, he's just pretty much, I wouldn't say like a replacement for Chameleon because like he's just a placeholder because like you might never know, they might add Floyd in the new Mortal Kombat game because like he'll get like a brand new, like I said, a brand new moveset, and like Chameleon, like he's his own character with like all like ninjas in one.
The thing is, he's just similar to Chameleon because, like, he's supposed to be, like, the last of the colours. I think that there's one more ninja they can do, like a white ninja, right? I reckon they should do another one like Floyd and make it even harder to unlock. Make it, like, stupid hard.
They need to bring back Chrome.
No.
Maybe it'll be Chrome.
Chrome's not a character, bro. Like,
I mean, that's unfair. You never know.
I don't want there to be a Chrome. I hate this.
Don't get him started, Mike. Don't get him started. Don't get him started, man. Right, I'm
I'm already right about Trevor got
I'm gonna live in this country with him, so
Trevor a character, fucking Special Forces character. What the fuck? Out of everyone they could have picked, out of everyone, Special Forces character. What?
I don't mind if it's like an Armageddon style roster where it's just balls to the wall. Everyone gets a character that they've always wanted and then some. I wouldn't mind that. I was kind of hoping MK1 would be that, but no. I was severely disappointed. Yeah, I just thought it was time. I actually thought it was time, given the time frame. But yeah, it was so weird. Just like who the fuck thought? Oh yeah, we'll just give you some shitty assist set. Like, who thought this was a good idea? Like it was in the towers, wasn't it? In MK11, wasn't it some sort of game mode that was like part of the Towers of Time or something?
Was it?
Yeah. And what's interesting in that MK1 hook, you can actually run tag in MK1.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a box to ticket, so you can physically run tag in that game, and it works exactly just like MK9. It's like maddeningly crazy how like perfect that is, and then they just give us the fucking Wish version, with the cameos.
I wish they would have made a tag game in the first place when MK1 because
everybody
wanted
tag. Everybody.
Like I love tag team in Mortal Kombat, like in MK9 and stuff. It's so fun because the amount of like possibilities with combo possibilities with tag team mode with like your two favorite characters, and you just kind of mix it up and make it up on your own.
It's Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
The problem was that MK9 was ahead of its time with the tag mode, but the net code was behind, right? Now that they have the good net code, that's why no one played tag with MK9, because they were trying to play it online, but bad net code, right? But now you got good netcode. If they had brought back the tag system, it would work. But Ed kept saying it wasn't popular in the old game. It's like because of the bad netcode. Like it would now flourish now in an FGC like scene as well. Like that's the time to bring it is now. Like they should have really done it now. And the cameo thing might have been on paper might have seemed like a good in between, but it's just not. Just didn't work.
It's a hit or miss.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you guys think about the color scheme for Floyd. Like, was it up your alley? Because it was pretty shocking compared to all the other characters and their color scheme.
You mean the pink?
Like the color pink?
Yeah, just the pink and the rainbow and...
At first I was like... This is
it must be
DI
worrying
thing.
at first.
Well,
At
because
first-
they never used the color... Well, that's the color that they never use when it comes to
That's
like
right.
the ninjas.
Yeah.
Yeah. They talked about having a pink ninja for a long time. A lot of people in the community did. And at first I'm like, is this a DEI thing? Because I always complain about that. But then I'm like...
I was going to make a comment about that. I was going to say,
Yeah,
I'm surprised
I can
there's
see where
not
you're
more
leading.
like,
That's right.
homophobia around Floyd.
Well, I do see parallels. It's what I call DEI parallels. Like, it's not in your face, so I can accept it, right? Whereas, like, you might see the rainbow colors as a pride flag or something, but hang on, there's an answer for that. It's based on the Dark Side of the Moon cover.
Yeah.
It's based on that, so you can't say it's one or the other. It's ambiguous, right? You don't know. And it's the same for the name Floyd. A lot of DEI.
Yeah, the name.
Floyd.
Yeah, the name part of it, Floyd, which is just like,
I love Floyd as a name.
Yeah, no, I love it.
I really do.
Yeah, I got no issue with it.
I mean,
I had someone on my Twitter. He got mad at me. He thought I'd sold out. I was all in now for DEI because I liked Floyd. You know, I said to him, dude, I get it. I said, there's definitely parallels, but you have to accept it. Well, you don't have to accept it, but you have to sort of look at it like nothing's confirmed one way or the other. It's like in the middle, right? And that's why I say Mortal Kombat should always be. It always should be neutral, where it's not just pushing one side or the other, right? Have it in the middle. Have it be clever, and then you can't be upset by pushing something. But it's different with when I get an award and it's a needle. It's something I've always gone on about. I'm like, why'd they add that? So that really upset me, especially considering Melbourne went through this terrible lockdown and we were forced vaccinated to keep our jobs. You know what I mean? Then I play Mortal Kombat and it just reminds me of that, like booster shot, booster shot, booster shot. You know what I mean? It's like that is different, right? It's not in the middle. It's like so like glaringly obvious to me. But for Floyd, I got no issue because it's still answered.
Well, he's not gay. I don't give a shit what they say. He's salmon bro, right? Because like when I saw it, like the problem with NetherRealm is that like, and Warner Brothers is that they have been giving us their game plan for a while. This is what we're doing, blah, 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 and so, I'm like, well, why would this be any different? And then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take their power away. All right? If he's gay, I'm gonna make him straight. I have that power, like He-Man. Anyway, no, but like, but you're right though, because like it should just be.
Are you saying that you would turn a gay guy straight? Are you saying that
not through any physical interaction? Just be clear.
I picked up on that one.
She's just waiting for that clip. She's like, say it. Gotcha.
Oh, God.
It's going on TikTok.
It's true because people are going, well, if Chameleon came, you were like this when Chameleon came out, and it's like, no, we weren't, because we didn't have these companies doing all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like nobody gave a shit whether somebody was gay or different races or anything back then. We don't. Like, I don't know how old you are, Mike, but especially for us Gen Xers, like I grew up watching fucking Different Strokes and Webster and I never sat there and go, I can't watch this show because they don't look like me. Like, I don't give a fuck. Blade is still the best Marvel on-screen fucking character that they have ever made.
I've got that.
Wesley Snipes is the best on-screen Marvel, like serious on-screen Marvel character they've ever done. Right? Doesn't look like me, but nobody gave a shit. And then somehow they decided that, well, movies didn't exist until Netflix, and we're just gonna, try and rewrite history. And it's just like, where the fuck were you in the 80s and the 90s? Nobody gave a shit. right? So it's different. You got two different time periods. If Floyd came out then, it wouldn't matter. But because we know how NetherRealm's gone and Warner Brothers, then yeah, like they, I don't know if things are changing. I mean, you look at Astra's skin, you look at some of the recent skins they brought out. It feels like they're trying to, I don't know, crawl back the old community and say, hey, yeah, let's get Mortal Kombat back to being a great secrets and
they
edgy.
really want the nostalgia
edginess.
back for the game. I've noticed that through playing 1 and the ending for me personally. For 1, I was back in the bedroom playing with my brothers again. Like it, I know the ending is controversial. Some people like it, some people don't. I personally liked it, and it felt very nostalgic for me. And I'm only 21, but like I played 8 years ago, so for that,
I just feel like the endings, like I liked playing the story mode, but I didn't like the ending. It wrapped up.
Yeah. I mean,
Where the other
story...
Mortal Kombat don't do that. They're open-ended. Like, what will happen next? You know what I mean? And you have to get the next game to find out. And this, like, literally ended, like, with them having dinner. I'll pay the bill, you pay the bill, whatever, that joke at the end. You know what I mean? And then
it's like a fucking Friends episode.
It felt like it was the last
Yeah, it really did.
It's
like... Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I just, like, with the story, like... the story mode for MK and stuff, it's just like, it's good, like you said, like it's good until the end of it, and it's just like where's this gonna go from here? And it's just,
right?
yeah, that's just like it just kind of it just killed the it got like a buzzkill on that. Like it was getting good, and then to the end, it's just like what, like why?
The end should be the end. So if I get any show here like Sopranos or whatever, The Wire, whatever, right? The last episode, that's the end of the show. That's it, right? We're done, right? But every episode, like, all the Dexters I got, everything that happens along the way always sets up like the next season. Like, what's going to happen next? What's going on next? You know what I mean? And that's the way all the Mortal Kombat's always ran.
One thing actually.
So I'm gonna add this, man. Sorry, I don't like the cinematic story approach. I'm done. Can I swear? Fuck it.
I think you already have.
I think you did earlier. You did earlier. Just a bit.
He's getting that yellow limited monetization tick now. So no, it's just. This is a problem. Like the older games, I thought did it really well. You kind of had this overarching threat, and then every ending, depending on the character you finished, like TMK was saying, like that was their ending, and if that's your favorite character, it's like, yeah, my character won, and or your character won, and that was it, right? And then we had the overarching sense of like, well, yeah, Liu Kang is the chosen one, he is the true hero of MK. But the cinematic storytelling, they box themselves in because they've got to have a beginning and an end. They box themselves in with that, and that's why I've always promoted the idea of like doing kind of like MMO storytelling, where you don't sort of have an end, you just keep expanding, to a degree and going further and further and further. Take Conquest from Deception, make it open world, make it you can play solo with people, and then like an MMO, you release content patches and expansions that just add bigger parts of the realm, and then other realms, and then other parts of that realm, and so on and so on and so on. Imagine a crypt in every fucking realm that you could visit. Imagine that.
I was thinking the crypt would be just like its own mode, like having of course you're just hunting for goodies and stuff, but just like having going through other realms and have to be of course an open world, and just imagine be like a co-op crypt, a co-op crypt, pretty much just okay, you're trying to find a certain skin or something like that, right? Your online friend will help you out and stuff like that. You go through these conditions. I mean, they would have done that. I just wish, personally, the evasions would not exist. I just can't stand it.
It could have been good. Invasions could have been good, but yeah, they did something similar in Shaolin Monks where you needed a second player to unlock some of the unlockables. It wasn't a crypt, but you needed a second player to unlock some of the secrets. But what I was going to say is, I feel like they really touched it lightly when they did Conquest, and they had the idea of going to different realms. I would like to expand upon that and have like, I'm assuming you've all seen the movie Labyrinth, right?
Mm.
Like in the movie Labyrinth, there's that. You haven't seen Labyrinth? What?
No?
No, I have not.
Chris.
His Gen X card's revoked now. That's disgusting.
What's Labyrinth? It's excellent. David Bowie. It's excellent movie. Anyway, in Labyrinth, she goes to the Labyrinth world, sort of the Goblin world. David Bowie's the Goblin King, and he shows this clock, and on this clock there's 13 hours on the clock face instead of 12. I like the idea of having different worlds in the Mortal Kombat. So instead of just going to a world and you can meditate and speed up time, you have worlds that have a different time system or different laws. And they touched upon it like by having the Order Realm and Chaos Realm where their laws are a bit more strict and stuff like that. You can have a lot of fun with things like that and you have to behave differently in different worlds to fit in or to navigate those worlds or to speed up time. Maybe time's smaller or larger. You know what I mean? There's only 6 hours in a day in this realm or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? You
like a certain time.
Like yeah. Like, because it's like, it's different realms. And this is where I always argue with the D. I think it's just another timeline. Thing sucks. That's bad writing. It would be the opposite side of that where it would be good writing. Because you incorporate it into your story, into your mode, and you can, like, the possibilities are like limitless, like what you could do.
There's that post that I've retweeted on Twitter that John Tobias somebody asked him about the realms, you know, and it sounded very biblical in the way that he described it, because it almost like from a biblical perspective that, you know, to those of us that are Christian, you know, there are other realms that we can't reach, but there is influence from those realms. So, you know, there's only ways that you can access them. And the way he was describing it, this is why I always like, you know, simp for Tobias, because in his brain, he's just laid everything out. He's got every single intricate detail you can imagine designed up here, you know, for how everything functions from the very base level all the way up. And that's why, like, I always thought, you know, his vision and the way he created stuff was incredible. If you read the comics from the 90s that he did, all of those comics, oh God, like, they introduced new characters in those comics. Like, they did a Special Forces comic book with like a whole host of brand new, brand new Special Forces characters, like a new chick called Vapor. You had an extra Lin Kuei that was introduced called Hydro. And these all fit. All of these characters was seamlessly put in there, and it felt natural. Remember Bo? Was it Liu Kang's bodyguard Bo?
Yeah.
Right? He was like
Sing and Sang.
Yeah, Sing and Sang,
yeah. Yep.
Was it Zagat, the guy with the big coat?
The fucking wizard.
Yeah, he was cool.
And then you had that Goro episode where he went up against like that, essentially like Super Goro,
6 arms.
which had like 6 arms and shit.
Was it Grum? Grum, was that his name?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Maybe
something like that. I think that
it was just crazy, but it was done really well. Like it all felt like, you know, these characters were seamlessly, you know, put in there, and it's like, whoa, you've got like, that's what I thought the cameos was going to be. I thought the cameos was going to be NPC / non-playable MK type characters, you know, from anywhere. Fucking Art Lean from the 95 movie, right? Needs to be a character. Right? He needs to be a character. The fucking twins that sit there going, yeah, for Goro in the 95 movie. Those twins you can have as like a noob smoke tag. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much creativity there. And then they just give us slop.
Farah. Like, who wanted Farah?
that was weird.
Was anyone annoyed with Ashra's ending? Because I'm kind of mad they didn't make her human at the end.
Yeah.
Like, they led that, and then that was like the worst part of the game for me, was that they led it up to that, and then they were like, you thought, no thanks. Yeah. I was like, bro, what?
It's supposed to be a redemption arc. Yeah. They seem to have redemption arcs now, Because she's supposed to be getting out of the nether realm and becoming human. That's the whole goal, right? The Christ and all that, like purifies evil and all that, you know. But like they
didn't really change. They didn't really change her at all. Like the current,
because they changed
her story's still the same.
They changed Sindel, and they'll never be forgiven for that.
Yeah, they hinted that she was gonna, like, they made it very much so seem like she would become human, and then they didn't do that. And I'm like, that would have been a perfect cinematic, like, arc for her. And then all the other MKs that I played, I've always been a Scorpion main, and this was the first ever game I had another main, which was Ashra. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. I have a new main, and I played the entire ending as her, and I thought that would be my ending, and then that's probably the worst part for me in the game, was like I was waiting for it and then I was like, oh well, fuck you then. I'm not replaying.
If it was the old games, they would have done that. And it's funny you say that, because I mentioned this on your stream the other day. Yeah, I don't play Scorpion in this game either, because that is not Scorpion.
The fraud Scorpion. Like, I don't get, like, don't get me wrong, like the moves, like the gameplay wise, it's pretty cool, but the story, like, you know, the lore itself, Scorpion, like, no, this ain't the Scorpion that I know. This is like somebody's cosplaying.
When Tobias came up with the characters, they were Hunter and Hunted. That was what they were called, right? On his notepad. And that was what they are. They're not brothers. It's like, on top of that, that Scorpion tattoo is the cringiest thing I've ever seen. I hated that. And someone pointed it out really
that tattoo.
It's like, have you noticed all the characters have to have a tattoo now? And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like, why do they need a tattoo? Well, that's kind of like with Annihilation.
I'm not against.
I'll be back.
Well, no worries.
Keep talking. I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm not against them having a tattoo, right? But if they introduce it with the character, sure. But if you just add it later, it just becomes weird. Same for the man bun. I'm like, but he's a ninja. We don't see his hairstyle. He's a ninja, bro. And on top of that, it's like a wokey hairstyle as well. You know? Like, come on, bro.
I don't understand why they go to that direction. This is like giving Scorpion Sub-Zero man buns, but it's just like, no, just giving them like the usual, you know, like
the ninja hood.
Yeah, the ninja hood.
Yeah.
Which is just like, no, you keep it, but they just like, no, just keep the mask. Take off the ninja hood.
Hairstyle, you're not a ninja. Like,
come on, dude. Like, come on, dude. Like, stop changing up the appearance.
The whole point of a ninja is to hide as much of their appearance as possible, right? That includes their hair, any like distinguishable things on their face. The only thing they show is the eyes, because you have to be able to see what you're doing, right? Obviously, but unless you're Kenshi. But anyway, he's not a ninja.
I hope the next game is just them like focusing on Floyd, and we get a Floyd storyline.
Floyd. Just imagine like a Floyd storyline just involves him like, oh yeah, this guy used to be a rock star, and then some accident happened, and then
I want them to steal the storyline from Pokemon and be like, actually, he was involved into a Mortal Kombat character.
Oh, so
he just came out of a
Pokeball. Have a guitar riff, just popping up out of the Pokeball.
You like open a chest, and instead of the mimic tear, it's just Floyd that pops out with a rainbow. Hi!
Do you know the story of Ho-Oh, the rainbow bird from Pokemon?
The Ditto.
Do you know the story of Ho-Oh from Pokemon?
I don't think so.
Ho-Oh's the rainbow bird. Anyway, it's a legendary Pokemon, and there was this tragedy in this tower. Like, this is the history. And 3 of the other legendary birds were killed in this tower. Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. And they burnt to death in this tower in this big fire. And then this Ho-Oh, this legendary bird, appeared. And it has a rainbow as it flies around. And it resurrected them and created 3 new Pokemon. And they're called the legendary beasts. Entei, Suicune, and Raikou.
I didn't know that.
Have you guys seen... I've just been looking for it. So... there was a fan-made film for Mortal Kombat called Mortal Kombat Death, right? Have you guys seen it?
Mortal Kombat Death.
Have you seen it? No. Have you seen Mortal Kombat Death, right?
No, I haven't.
So it was this little like fan film that they did. You know, it's like a battle. I think it's definitely got Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden in it. And it's only small, like it's only a small film, and I can send it to you guys after. But the quality is really good.
I think I've seen like a thumbnail. I haven't got around to watch it.
It's really good, and you look at things like that, and you're just like, or like when they did the Legacy series, because I've always got a bit of a stand for the Legacy series that showed up, because my God, like those episodes were criminally short. You know, like I'm just sitting there and it just instantly gets me in every single episode. Probably the best on-screen Hanzo Hasashi I've ever seen. No, I'm just saying, like, you know, yeah, he's incredible. You know, the guy that played Scorpion.
Season 1, bro.
We don't talk. We don't talk season 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well,
because they made him English in season 2, and I'm like,
but I will though. Like Kung Lao, for example. Here's another thing that they've done with Kung Lao. Like Kung Lao, I thought was portrayed perfectly by Mark Dacascos in season 2. And Kung Lao, if you go back to the original stories and you look at him in the comic books, Kung Lao was this very just stoic, like silent monk warrior type. And now he's a fucking joke. Like cracking jokes with Cage and shit. Like, what are you doing? And not even Cage was that lame. Like Cage had he was arrogant, but he wasn't like, yeah, he'd have some comedy moments, but his underlying goal was always trying to prove himself. You know, I can do all these stunts. It's not special effects. I need to prove this. Everyone's called me a fake. Everyone's called me a fraud, you know? And so, you know, it's like they just forgotten these core motivations of these characters. It's kind of annoying, you know?
Yeah, I think Kung Lao, for me, is a bit disappointing. Like, he was always that Shaolin monk, and he was always really serious. But the last few games, he's become almost like a Johnny Cage 2.0. Like, he's like a bit silly.
Like a joke.
Yeah,
like,
and I think that's really disappointing.
Yeah,
but here's a random question before we get to... Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No. I would say, like, with Kung Lao, it's just, like, they kind of just, like, made him into, like, you know, this comedic relief, which is just, like, no, he's not what supposed to be. He's always serious.
Yeah,
he's always serious, but like, why did they make him like having like giving him like comedic like points and stuff like that? I don't get it.
Yeah. So the last point I sort of want to touch on about Floyd, obviously there's 37 hints. You know, you had to go through and discover what was assigned to you, and that was, I think everyone had fun hunting for him. But overall, I think even to this day, the general view of Mortal Kombat 1 is pretty negative. I think most fans, whether you're new or old school, I think like it was fun to play, but overall, like it didn't really have much lasting appeal. I think, you know, anyone I ask, no one's really touched it aside from getting back on to look at Floyd. Do you think, like obviously Floyd was a huge positive for the game, but do you think it sort of saved the game in any way? Or do you think it's just a little distraction from the shit show that
can't be saved?
Yeah.
No, so it adding that was excellent. It re-injected some life into it, but once everyone's done it, it just goes back to being
yeah.
I almost wish they would have saved it for the next game, because I feel like it would have done better if they would have saved it. I feel like they were desperate to like give it back that hype that it should have had, and they were like, here you go, kind of thing.
But I will touch on that. I will say, by putting it in this game, it could be a chess move. It shows now that the old school features do work, because it took... I've been bitching about guest characters links since like 2000...
Have you?
All right.
2000.
I didn't notice.
Since MBX, right? That there's too many of them. So that's 2015. That's almost 10 years of on and off bitching.
10 years.
Why there's so many guest characters? Why all the time guest characters? You know what I mean? And they finally listened to us and finally put an old school secret in, and it went nuts, right? So I assume they're going to look at that and go, well, that's what people want in the next game. They want old school features, not, you know, let's put, I don't know, someone from the Shield in.
And money-wise, it forces you...
Or Get Smart. We'll put Get Smart in your Mortal Kombat. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
It's just old for me. It's old. Even if it just needs to take a break for a bit.
There's
You know what I
definitely
mean?
a mentality of generational thought when it comes to like how MK should be done, because you've got the 2D generation, like I think most of us, that that is the foundation, that is the bedrock, and it was consistent bedrock. They just continually built upon it. Didn't do major changes, but it was enough to keep it fresh and interesting. No gimmicks. And then when Tobias was gone, then we basically got a violent Tekken, but it was a very toned down Mortal Kombat, but we got that Tekken gameplay. I think TMK, you said before that they were competing with the other 3D, fighters that were coming out in mass.
Exactly. Home market.
But that gameplay kind of never went away, even when MK9 came back, and then the future games where previous, combat-wise, like you couldn't do the dial-in combos unless you were touching someone, right? Because it looks, why would you start your combo just in the air and then hopefully get them, right?
I mean,
so I always like the idea that you've got to, you've got to get in.
I mean, Armageddon air combos. It was just so clunky and goofy. It was goofy, and then like they brought that back for MK1, which is just kind of like, oh, okay, they did it kind of with 2D style, but
no, but they improved it now.
I'm in the minority. I love air combos. I'm a Marvel versus Capcom guy.
Your combos can now last for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is a huge upgrade.
In the air the whole time.
I'm not against combos. I'm not against air combos. They just need to be balances to those checks. That's all, right? You've got to have the ability to, like, because you can obviously air block, right, in MVC, too, whatever. Yeah. So, but you can't in MK1. So like I've always stand, like, for those that are fans of this game, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. It's probably my favorite fighting game in the last good couple of years, because the gameplay is really fast, it's solid, great offensive, but great defensive. You can block, you can dodge out of the way, I can actually air block jumping in. So if I've committed the jump and they go to attack and I'm fast enough, I can hold back and then air block what they're doing, which is really cool, right? And I'm assuming that's in MVC too and whatnot as well.
Hang on,
and you can air block.
No up block, unfortunately. No up block.
Yeah. Like MK, that don't exist. You don't air block.
No,
you gotta take the hit.
And that's the thing. Like, everyone's made out of fucking rubber in MK1. It's like bang, jabong, bing, jabong. Like, everyone's bouncing.
Yeah, like
everywhere.
You jump in. You try to jump in. You get uppercutted, and then that's your life right there.
Yeah, that's
And the combos are too long. They seem to reduce the amount of damage that combos do now, so the match goes on forever. So you're doing the same combo over and over and over and over again, so the match goes for a long time for some reason. I don't know why they're doing that.
Yeah. I'm
surprised they didn't actually...
I see why people complaining about that and stuff. It's just like with the damage and the combo.
Damage scale's weird.
Stuff. Damage scaling, too.
Yeah.
I just had this theory. Sometimes I have a thought, and I shouldn't say it, but maybe it's because it allows the competitive scene enough time to refigure out how to fight back. So because, as you said, it takes less damage, everything takes long. So what if it's because they are making the gameplay so that if you get hit with someone or you start to see the way they're playing, then you've got enough time even within the round or the fight to then come back and win, because everything's like slowed down, there's less damage. So you're watching, everything's kind of like, like a Fisher-Price toy. Everything's been dumbed down and easy to consume.
It could be that.
I can get deleted.
Like, you fall for the 4-hit combo, and then rather than falling for it again, rather than it punishing you and half your life gone because you fell for it once.
Like classic MK, you get deleted just like that. Like, I mean, it's so fast and there's massive damage. Like, is it 25% uppercuts? 2D MK, I think it is. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
I think 25. I think it's probably 25% or a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, slightly more, I think.
Yeah. Great anti-air. The strongest, that was the greatest anti-air for MK games. And it kind of feels like we don't really have that anymore. And even though it takes more damage, like people go, but these take more damage, what's the problem? It's like, yeah, but I felt like it's fairer. If I'm blocking and they decide to go low on their combo string, I'm not going to suddenly get opened up because my block standing is still protecting me. The only way they'll take me out of that standing block is doing a sweep, you know. Or continually pummeling me with shit damage. So it felt fairer. So the block mechanic felt like it hasn't changed. It hasn't evolved with the gameplay. That's why I bring up Grand Blue, because you can hold block to block. If you hold block and press back, you'll actually dodge out of the way. You can press forward and dash and go past attacks, right? So if they're doing their combo and say like their third hit is a little slower, you're fast enough. You can dash past that attack onto the other side and then open them up. But that's really cool. You know, it's almost like they've taken the block mechanic and evolved it to match the aggressiveness of what you can do in the game, but MK doesn't seem to do that, right? They seem to be putting, like from what I've heard from pro people, it's like, oh, the jump kicks were so powerful in MK11, so we had to give you up block to counter it. It's like, why don't you just fucking scale back the power of the jump kicks?
Yeah.
You know, why are you adding in extra shit to fix an issue? Just fix the main issue, you know?
That's what I said.
Yeah, it's with the up block and stuff, it just kind of changes stuff, which is just like
adding too much.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like perfect block. I don't mind, but just something like with the up block, it's just like, bro, why?
Particularly if you do it by accident. You know, you do it by accident. You're like, ugh! And you're like stuck in that, you're stuck in that pose, and you can't move for a second.
I just think that the games, and this is the reason it's engineered for the fighting game community, because if they keep adding new features, then they have to learn it all, right? And then they have to keep playing it, right? And if they keep playing it, then like everyone's talking about it, right? It's this whole like system. Whereas the old games that would come out, play it, and then like you wait for the next one, right?
Nice dog, bro. Is that a cocker spaniel cross?
No, it's just like it's a mixture.
Yeah,
it's just a dog.
Yeah, my dog wants some attention and stuff. I'm trying to like, what's gonna walk him out and stuff after this whole thing. So
what's your dog's name?
Pumbaa.
What's the dog's name?
Pumbaa.
That's great, man.
Like Timon and Pumbaa from the Lion King. But yeah,
does he
hold him up for us? Sacrifice the dog.
Oh gosh. Yeah. He's kind of shy right now, so.
So I guess before I forget, I just actually wanted to share. So what actually got me onto Lynx originally was her incredible painted Floyd model that she made. Do you want to talk a bit about it, Lynx?
So, I had just gotten back into the Mortal Kombat community, and me and Dynasty recently had started talking. It was actually about a different situation, but he and I made a Sub-Zero statue first, and he loved that one. And then this whole Floyd thing was kind of blowing up when we started becoming friends, and he was like, you know, you could make a Floyd statue and be the first ever person in the world. And I was like, that's the whole point of my business, is something you can't get somewhere else. So then that wasn't like a regular model. I modified that to actually make it Floyd. So like the head's different and then the feet are different. And then I did a whole video on my YouTube channel where I filmed the whole process. And I just changed it as I went to whatever he liked. And then he said he wanted the Pink Floyd logo on it somewhere. So then I added the logo on it. And it's just, you could literally order the same thing for yourself, but instead of hot pink, you want dark pink. Like, it's completely customizable to whatever you want. And this was the exact project that I love to capitalize my business for, is making something so custom, you cannot just go pick it up from a store.
This is awesome. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I keep seeing this statue like all over social media, and I did not know that it was you till now.
Oh really?
Yeah. No, like here's the thing. I see it, like I saw it, but it's just like I didn't like see like the name. Like who did it? This looks so dope. And it's like, it's you.
You should see her Last of Us statue she's doing at the moment too. It's really awesome.
Oh yeah.
Which statue?
Last of Us.
I just finished doing The Last of Us. Yeah. I actually finished it last night, and then I just did this one.
Oh wow.
Oh, is this the Warhammer?
No, this is Fallout, the power armor from Fallout.
Oh, okay. Damn. Oh, that's awesome.
And it's all rustic and old looking.
Oh, what they call punk, right? Steampunk, sort of.
Like it's gold.
Yeah, it's
Your
gold.
oldness is
It's
showing.
gold, but like, you know, machine style, like.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Well, can you make
It-
me a
it's kind
custom
of-
statue? So what I'd like is all 5 of us modeled standing, like this, all together in a bunch. And I would like to request the word "all right," like at the base. And I would like Fate's head to be as shiny and reflective as possible. Like, when you see like a bowling ball that's just been polished. Like I want that sort of
I'm
sheen.
gonna have
ball,
to pick
yeah.
up some Diddy oil.
Yes, on the pinball
Once I
machines.
pick some Diddy oil, we can do that. I'll grab the Diddy oil and we'll go ham
Yep,
with
and
it.
it needs to come with like another little container of baby oil so you can all that thing up every day.
I
So,
want the biggest.
you have
You know
to call it
what?
Diddy
I
oil.
want the biggest junk. Right?
Oh,
If you're gonna give me mad disrespect, I want bigger junk than the black guy, right? I want fucking
why
giant,
are you capping?
right?
We all know you're capping.
What?
Why is it gotta be? Why is
Hey
it
man, that's a
fucking
compliment. Just take it. Just take it.
I'm like 50 Cent. Why is they fuck me for?
So, but, this is true in the arcade industry. We used to use Mr. Sheen on the pinball machines
Oh really?
to make the surface, like, industry secret, to make the playfield super shiny and super slippery. So the ball will fucking go everywhere.
How good's that?
Mhm.
Mr.
I'll
Sheen.
just open these 2 other pictures that Pat just sent me.
Did you just dox me? I'm just
Did I what?
Doc.
Docs?
My name is Lynx. Get
Links,
it
my
right.
bad. My bad.
Wow.
No, I just saw
Wow.
the cat. I was talking about the cat behind you.
Good save. Good save. As long as you're not talking about my pussy, I guess we're fine.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Wow. On air.
Wow, this-
My God.
This is a very interesting chat.
Hey, so I'm curious, how do you do that? Like, actually, how's the process of doing this?
So, it depends on the specifics one. This one, I just printed an STL file and then I added like my own blood and like snow and stuff and dioramic effects to it. But usually I'll buy a file, I will send it to my printer and it prints with like supports and stuff. And then I just break it off the supports, clean it, sand it, wash it, dry it. And then I just paint each individual piece one by one.
Yep.
So an STL is
And then put it
a
together
model
and-
file. It's like
believe so,
a
yeah.
3D shape of the statue.
Yeah.
And then the 3D printer can like cut it into pieces, and then you can print them and join them, and then Lynx does all the painting like that. I 3D print like boxes and stuff. That's all I do.
Yeah.
This stuff's a lot
Okay.
more advanced, and it's resin printing too. So you got to handle it very carefully because it's got.
And I have done like the modeling itself for certain things, but there's just not enough money in it. Like to do the modeling and the painting yourself, you're just gonna waste your time and money doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's amazing.
I've been thinking about
That's
asking
awesome.
for Lynx one when I've got some money spare. I'm torn. Do I get a Mortal Kombat one or do I get Blaze? It's a rage.
Surprised you're not looking for Pokemon.
No one has Blaze from Streets of Rage. I don't think I've ever seen anyone with a Blaze statue.
Just make him
or-
one of me in my underwear and send it to TMK.
It should
Is
be
that-
me and you. We could be the whitest of the white.
I'm not
like
being
the
in my
Mayo
underwear
of the
with you.
internet.
I'll just
Mayo of the UK.
How the hell did this chat go full Brokeback Mountain?
well, you invited me on, bro. I just, I'm like,
okay.
if there's a
Collab,
train,
like,
I take
You
the
was
rails
us,
away.
Chris. Like, we
Hey,
did-
you claimed you had the magic to turn to fix people, so all right.
Right.
I'm start charging. I'm gonna start charging, man. This is this is terrible.
Can you actually just give us an all right in your voice? Because I feel like I can put a little like a saxophone, like
And I'm
careless
gonna
whisper.
clip it, and then I'm gonna add this into your Discord. This is what you need me for, so I can make this your Discord sound.
I want the saxophone guy from what's it called?
Baker Street?
Lost
Eurovision.
Boys.
Oh.
The saxophone guy from the Lost Boys. I want that.
I got you.
Oh, the
I
saxophone.
got you. Let's
So-
hear it.
All right.
Oh,
Oh,
Can we hear everyone's fatality? I want to hear everyone here say fatality.
really?
It depends which,
Yeah.
like how, like
which Mortal Kombat though. I've got
Which-
like 8
wait,
different
which one?
fatalities.
Just your best fatality.
Fatality.
that grow.
Well,
Why
that's
are
the
you
G2
growling?
That was MK2. Yeah, that's MK2. When it's stripping.
All right, your turn, Lynx.
I'm not doing it.
No, you have to.
Hey, you
And then
said it. You said it.
You said it.
You got it. No, you got to say
Then
it
I'll
now.
do it last. I need to make sure everyone's back.
And MK1 is like fatality.
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 Isn't
that's-
MK1?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's kind of weird, isn't it? That one. Yeah.
Because MK1 is Ed Boon doing all the audio. A lot of
Is
people
it
do-
really?
Yeah.
Really?
So,
Okay.
so I got shit for. I was the first to find that out. And I got him to do it in my interview, Chris. Do you remember?
Yeah,
He was there when I was doing the interview
Fatality.
behind the camera. Yeah, and he did finish him into my recorder. You know, and yeah, because I found out about that. I read about it and I confirmed it in that interview. And then people were like, "It's just not him. It's Steve Ritchie." And I'm like, on the first Mortal Kombat, no, it's not.
No.
It's Ed Boon. Yeah, so he did all MK1, then it was Steve Ritchie, MK2 and 3. You know? And then it was like Herman Sanchez. for a
Yeah.
while.
MK versus DC, wasn't it?
MK4,
And the 3D era?
MKDC.
Yeah, yeah.
The 3D era.
I'll tell you what, MK4's was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like that was
Yeah.
some
That's him.
deep shit. You know,
Yeah.
the voice in that was really good.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Fatality. Like it was so deep. It was
Yeah.
so deep.
Does anyone else get like I feel like one thing that's missing from the new games is like the sound effects and the announcer to kind of like get you in the mood sort of thing. So like, for example, like going back to what Fate said, I miss like when you used to uppercut and that would be like outstanding, whatever. But
That's
I
what I've
actually
been saying.
really wish they implement
We
like
forget
like
the
a combo
toasty.
system.
I missed
Yeah.
the toasty
Yeah.
part. That's the thing.
Uh-huh.
It's like we missed those kind of like those little details. That's like it's not
Yeah,
in the
I
newer
miss-
ones.
The screen used
danger,
to shake
like,
when you'd uppercut someone.
When you get really low on health.
It used to shake when you uppercut someone. The screen
Yeah.
would shake. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
when they hit the ground. Like, all of that
I
stuff's
think-
gone.
I think they definitely ruined the voice acting the second they hired Megan Fox. It was over.
Oh,
It was
my God.
over. I'm sorry,
Oh
but it
my
was
God.
over.
Oh, God.
I only highest, actually, it was before Megan Fox, actually. It was, what's her name? Ronda Rousey was the first
Oh,
one.
Ronda
yeah.
Rousey,
Oh, yeah.
Sonya Blade. Ah.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing, don't hire celebrities to be characters if they're not playing the celebrity character. So if you're doing RoboCop, sure, you want to hire Peter Weller, sure, right? Okay? Even though I don't like Guess, right? But don't hire a celebrity to be a standard Mortal Kombat character. What for?
Did
Waste
they
of
get
money.
Michael J. White for Spawn?
I think it might have been Keith David.
Oh,
Then they
okay.
got Keith David. Yeah,
Keith
yeah.
David
yeah,
was
'cause-
fine.
because-
Yeah, Keith's fine.
Because
Yeah.
I got caught out recently. I said, "Oh man, they should use Keith David in something," and they're like, "They already did." I'm like, "Oh, what?" They're like, Spawn, and I'm like, "Oh, that's why I don't know about it because it's Spawn."
Keith David's like he's epic. You know.
Yeah.
No, I played it. I played it once. I would stream the character. I went, "Okay, that's Spawn." Next,
I want the
I
guy
hated MK11. I hated it.
who was the original Kratos, the voice actor. Has he ever done
I
anything
forgot-
else since?
Oh, what's his
No,
name?
I forgot his name because I know who you're talking about because he's the one original voice to Kratos and I see him on Living Single, but the show. So
Oh, okay, really?
yeah. 'Cause he that's where he came from.
Christopher Judge.
No,
No.
the original
it's the
Kratos.
one. No,
That's
it's
the new one.
That's the new
That's
one.
the
isn't
new
it?
Kratos, but the old Kratos, the old Kratos.
Oh, TC Carlson.
That's it.
TC Carson.
Yep.
Yeah, TC
Yep.
Carson.
Yep.
I
That
know him
dude-
as. I know him as Max from Living
He
Single.
was so good.
That's
Yeah.
I've got the Pandora box right there.
Because he's such a little guy. Like, because my friend, like, because back in the day, like, you know, we didn't have like the internet access that we do now. So, you know, he's like, did you know, like, this is the guy that did Kratos, and I'm like, it's just like skinny, tiny little dude, but this voice that comes out of him is just booming, you know, and it's just, I don't know, man, I miss
I
that voice.
He's
I
got
knew
like a powerful voice.
Serbian.
Yeah,
I knew this Serbian woman once, and she was real petite, sort of like Link's size, and she could opera sing.
Wow.
Like, oh! Like with full power. Oh, it was crazy.
Never do that again. I will take my hearing aid. No,
I did it again. What
no.
you gonna do? What you gonna do?
If we're in a voice chat in my Discord and you do that, I'm taking my hearing aids out and I'm waving them in front of the camera until you're done. That's how bad that was.
Sorry.
I refuse.
I apologize. Forgot you had hearing aids.
I found that quite enjoyable. Thanks for that.
You don't have hearing aids, bro. Anyway, yeah, it's amazing what people can do. Isn't it funny though that Kratos character was just so mad?
He's just so angry all the time.
It was just so angry. The anger never stopped. It's like, I'm mad at my father. I'm mad at my mother. I'm mad at my sister. I'll kill them all. I'll kill everybody.
So good.
But he had his sex games.
Say what?
He had his sex games. That's not calmed him down.
Oh, the sex mini game.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the best.
Yeah.
Boobies. There were boobies. There were boobies, dude.
Yeah.
Remember boobies?
Remember
I
boobies?
remember boobies.
I remember.
Yeah,
Remember the good old days of the
Mm.
boobies?
Boobies. They've been cancelled, bro.
If everyone could pick one character to add to the Mortal Kombat universe, who would you pick and why?
Established?
Anyone, like any character at all.
Oh, that's easy. But you guys go first.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Ooh.
I don't like guest characters, but I had this really awesome idea for a guest character. I told Fate this once. I said, if you're going to do a guest character, do something really cool. And that would be get one of the characters from John Tobias's Teo Feng and make
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
a guest
Oh,
character in Mortal
yeah.
Kombat.
Fist
That
of the
way,
Lotus.
it's an actual fighting game character. It's by
Mm.
John Tobias. You give him some fatalities. You pizzazz him up for the current Mortal Kombat. I
Yep.
think John Tobias would like to get something back to, or using one of his characters or whatever. Like, that would be awesome, and the fans would go sick for it. They would.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our last episode of the podcast, which we recorded last year, it's been a while since we've recorded anything. We interviewed John Tobias' son, Johnny,
Yeah, I saw that.
and
Yeah.
it
The
seemed
good
like
homie.
from some of the things he was saying, there might be a chance that John may be getting involved with NRS.
I have a feeling
Potentially.
something's going on too.
I'm crossing fingers for it. I hope.
He works for WB, dude. I don't know
Yeah.
what he does though.
And I really
A
feel
mystery.
like if he was to return to the studio, I really feel like the game may potentially return to its glory days in terms of like what we know and love from the old days. Like, you know, his influence will come back in, character design, everything. I think it would be a really good thing for the studio because
all I need to do is
Story.
all I need to do is make a Conquest mode MMO game that he runs, and it just goes all the time, and it's subscription based.
Oh.
You know, $20 a month, and he just writes all the lore.
That's what I've said in
Stop it.
previous
I can only get so
podcasts.
hard. I can
know,
only get
I
so
know,
hard.
right?
Oh,
Stop it.
God.
The end of my
And give
already
me like
exploded thinking
mini
about
games too. Also,
Yep.
don't forget the mini games too, like with chess combat, puzzle combat, freaking motor combat.
Yeah,
They don't
you
like to
need.
repeat them, but like
Yeah.
Conquest is a bit different. It's like
Conquest, I think, is a given. Like,
yeah.
they screwed up with this game. I think they knew that everyone wanted it and they didn't put it in.
Yeah.
Let's just take it easy on what we're saying too, because I might have to rename Fate's box to Raging Stiff, just because he's I think he's getting a little bit too excited there.
That's the point.
Oh God!
This is why I'm taking a break.
Sorry, Chris.
So I like the reason why I always sort of bring up the MMO thing is because the goal of like when MMOs first came out, right? They didn't have mini games. They didn't have anything else to keep you in the game. So your only focus was leveling and then end game content, right? And so what you need to do is that you need to have obviously the main portion of what people are going to be doing or whatever, right? But when they've decided, right, I've had enough of playing online, fighting, what else can keep me logged into the game so I don't log out and go play something else, right? And that's why we have seen MMOs over the years bring in everything from mini games to transmogging, so being able to collect fashion and outfit your characters to look really good. In the end of Guild Wars 2, actually, they called the true end game of Guild Wars 2 Fashion Wars, right? Because the goal pretty much is to just like hunt down like the most epic looking gear, and so you can look great. So your character's just the way that you specifically want it. They recently brought in player housing. World of Warcraft's just about to introduce player housing. So what you need to do is you need to try and keep people in your game, right? So when they're tired of fighting, they can go chill out. And as you're saying, Mike, let's go play some fucking mini games with the boys, and occasionally the girl, right? So just got to be inclusive. So yeah, like you have all the mini games, right? You have all the mini games, right? So you can do all that stuff. Or you have the MMO part where you jump on. It's like your friend messages, "Oh shit, I can't defeat this boss. Can you come help me?" Cool. You jump in, boom, off you go. Do all of these things that keep you in the game, so when you're not doing one thing, there's something else that you can do. And I'll give them that. Even though John Tobias left, I'll give the 3D era that they at least realize that we need to have additional things to keep people engaged in our product rather than taking the disc out and putting something else in. So, I think that'd be good.
Yeah. I feel like with what you said, like I'll say like I'll add to your input, like Street Fighter 6 has World Tour, right?
Yeah.
They create your own avatar and stuff, and then you go around across like from different countries and stuff to look for characters and even like find your gear and stuff like that. I wish Mortal Kombat would like do the same similar kind of thing, but just their own twist.
Yeah,
like
well, they already did it.
Realms.
They already
going
did
through
it.
different realms and stuff, and finding like gear, finding skins for your favorite characters, and even like finding like content and stuff. That's
what was that?
What we need.
What was that Liu Kang skin? Was it in Earthrealm behind the tent was it 2:00 in the morning? Or something like that.
It's the
Edenia, is it?
human skin Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They had human Liu Kang, zombie Liu Kang, and you couldn't unlock the spirit Liu Kang skin, which I was spewing about.
I was disappointed. I thought you can.
Yeah.
But I think what they really need to stop with the new game, whenever that comes out, is the ability to have like a piss yellow Sub-Zero. Like,
thank you.
like
I kept saying I want to be big Sub-Zero, and that's why I swear to God, that was the start of Floyd. Because I know I said that at least 100 times, and I know Ed's said he's watched my stuff before, and I said I don't want to be Pink Sub-Zero, I don't want to be Pink Sub-Zero, I don't want to be Pink Sub-Zero because Sub-Zero's blue. Do you know what I mean? And they made Floyd. I'm like, okay, I'll take that one. Fine.
Yeah, well, it breaks the immersion. You're right, Chris. Like, it breaks the immersion having that. Like, I'm happy with skins. I know Total MK is about to like get upset when I say this. But I think that the fact that they can do gear pieces incredibly well. So they need to put that in your own, like, as you said too, Mike, with World Tour, have your own creator fighter thing, that avatar. Maybe there's its own separate mode where you can fight just your character versus other created avatars, which would be like its own unique game mode, right? Just like in the Battle Hub. Yeah. Street Fighter already has that with the Battle Hub. So that's what I mean. It's just there's so much stuff they could do. And I tell you what, like getting John Tobias back, like Ed Boon, like I give a lot of shit to Ed Boon because when you're a customer and you're looking at who's in charge of everything, it's like you're the ire of all my annoyance. But to be honest, like Ed Boon and John Tobias are the marriage. They're like you got to have them both, And I think when they were together, we got absolute great games.
A bit less of that corporate control too from the Warner Brothers side.
100% less.
The Warner Brothers side.
Less.
I think that's what's kind of like it kind of messed up the flow.
I've been hearing stuff that you guys don't even know about, like that I haven't even sent to people, and I'm like, about how controlling that company is over everything, like everything.
I got the feeling with Johnny Tobias, Chris, was that like this is my interpretation, so this is my opinion, right? For people out there, right? I'm gonna miss being a crazy man for a couple months. So
Months.
You're welcome here anytime.
yeah, I need a couple months. But I
would too if I lost all my hair.
yeah, I lost it years ago. This isn't just post-traumatic stuff, right?
Exactly.
So
It's coming back up.
So I got the impression, like, I don't think they're salty, but I think it's just, I got the impression from Johnny that basically, like, once his dad was out of, making the MK games, that the true vision and influence was gone, and they're just like, nah, don't care, That's the impression I got. And of course, it's his son, so naturally, yeah, like there's also going to be that loyalty, which is great to see too. But that's the impression I got, that they just, they lost so much.
Mm.
You know that one of those trailers that they had, because who asked about the character? Lynx, you asked about what character we'd have in. Well, I thought we were getting a character that I've been wanting in there, and that was, I think Mikey said, with Sing and Sang. Siang from the comics.
Mm-hmm.
That is like an incredible, that idea of that is incredible, that you would have like this, you would have two characters that would share a health bar, and then at a certain point they could fuse together, so you have that really cool gameplay aspect, and they have a whole new kit of moves, and that's John Tobias, that's his fucking brain, that's his shit in just one character, that I thought we were getting back in one of the trailers, because as they were walking out that portal into Edenia, Ed Boon circled or pointed. He's like, "Who's this?" And I lost my shit. The video's on my channel. I lost my shit. I'm like, "Oh my god, are they really doing this?" Is John Tobias like kind of like a silent writer or influence here? Are we getting Sing and Sang, in the game? Never happened. Nothing ever fucking happened of it at all.
I don't know what he does at Warner. He works for Warner Brothers. I don't know what he does there though.
Yeah.
He's not making mobile games or anything like that, is he?
I don't know.
He's doing other stuff.
I've read he's listed, but like I don't know what project he's on. Like what he's doing. Like I don't know where they've put him.
Oh, keep our fingers crossed.
Do you remember when? Not that I was the biggest Injustice fan. Do you remember when they had? I think it was an April Fool's thing. They had one of the renders. You remember the renders, Chris? They had like the sort of the space background. Anyway, they had the Wonder Twin gloves, like punching like that, like in the middle.
Vaguely, yeah, I think I remember.
2 purple gloves. Yeah, that was just a joke. They never put the Wonder Twins in the game. So it's like you Sing and Sang, right? How they fuse. Wonder Twin gloves. They fuse. So.
I thought there would be like I thought there would be like with Sing and Sang, like they would be like separate characters, kind of like with Street Fighter's Yin and Yang.
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter 3 Third Strikes. I was kind of thinking of that. I was kind of thinking of that and stuff. Like if Mortal Kombat, if they would like
separate.
take that idea and then like input it, just like give them and just like have their own moveset.
I think
with fusion, that's kind of like a good concept.
I would like to advocate, just to goon a little bit right? I would like to advocate for every female from the Mortal Kombat Conquest show. Even that ugly witch bitch in the forest that ended up not being the ugly witch bitch, right?
I want
what are you talking about?
Oh my goodness!
Every chick, right? Mike knows what I'm talking about, bro. That's it. He's bricked up right now.
I talked with Toasty. Because I talked with Toasty. Okay, Chris, like me and Toasty, we talked about this like with Mortal Kombat Conquest, and then like the females of the show, and like I told him about like that chick Omegas, like bruh, like
Angelica Bridges,
she's a goddess.
Yeah.
Angelica Bridges.
Yeah, we spoke to her on the podcast as well.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. I think episode 41 from memory.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched all of them. Sometimes I touch on them and don't watch all of them. Sorry.
No, that's all right. It's all right.
I watch like 5 minutes and I'm like, I don't know. It depends on my mood. Like,
that was a great Kung Lao. Great Kung Lao as well in that show. I really like that. What was his girlfriend's name? Oh my god.
Jen?
Jen, yes, Jen.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Down boy, right? Like
Hold
Like,
on
you
now.
know, he's gonna have to
Hold
edit
on.
around it now.
Am I? No, that's not being edited out. You just stole my all right for like 5 times. You know,
All right.
I want my reparations, right?
Oh
So
my god. What?
Dude, how have you not mentioned? Andrea? Oh, what was her name? It's like a Russian name. The first Katana. How have you not mentioned her? And the chick
Oh,
that
the
played,
first katana.
Yola, who takes over Black Dragon, literally becomes the living dragon.
oh, in Conquest.
Yeah,
I gotta look this up now.
that's chick
I
for
can't
her.
remember half of that show.
What?
Because they
Man, I know my women.
had
in
like
that
two
show.
different actress to play katana.
Yeah, they swapped.
Yeah.
They swapped her to Audie
Yep.
England.
They pull the
Later.
amphibian play card.
Yeah, that show had a lot of weird shit behind the scenes. So I heard if you're an extra on the show, it was like BYO bra. That's all you need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember you telling me that.
It's like it's like kind of like you watch it like you thought you watched an actual Mortal Kombat show, but then it's just like, wait a minute, there's so many females on the
Because I
show.
did have these girls randomly walk around the background, and it was like, you know, old times, and they would just have
You know, like most of every character got a side chick.
yeah.
Except for Sub. Sub got a sister, which is like, wait, what?
The disrespect for Sub-Zero continues.
So
Yeah.
I was talking to the guy and Adoni Moropoulos, who played
Yeah, Adoni
Quan Chi.
Ray Kwan, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so he does skits on YouTube where he pretends he's Quan Chi, like sometimes.
Yes.
And I
I've
retweet
seen
them all the time. It's hilarious because he doesn't
I
have
love
the makeup
it.
or anything. He just does the basic like white face and that. But like I said to him, your entrance to that show was amazing. Like it was, you know, even he didn't sort of at first didn't want to admit it because it's like pretty like it's not a diversity, right? He like berates his like slaves.
Yeah.
He calls them sluts straight off the bat. You know? I was like, that just you miss seeing stuff like that, stuff that's like bold and like he is a bad character and they are his slaves. Like they don't want anything to do with him and they have to do his bidding. Like, you know, so like having stuff like that, you just don't get it anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you guys
I
like Jeffrey?
his role?
Mm,
Yeah,
you
everyone
like
loved him. He was
did you like
excellent.
Jeffrey Meek as Raiden?
Oh yeah.
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 It's
Raiden and Shao
And
Kahn.
Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
He was probably the most talked about guy on that show. I think you guys interviewed him, didn't you, Chris?
Yeah, we interviewed him.
Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
that one because I really like him.
What's he like?
He's really cool, really cool. Especially like when he was talking about how there's one part where he talks about how when he turned up to set as Raiden, everybody loved Raiden, and then when he turned up in the Shao Kahn costume, like everyone just stayed away from him. But he was like menacing, like the way he got his voice that deep.
Yeah.
Like I'd
Yeah.
actually like to request him to send me an all right. Like, are you eating a Tim Tam?
Who, me?
No, Lynx, are you eating a Tim Tam?
She tried him. She had him.
Oh, so
yeah, I told her about it. Tim Tam.
Tim Tam? Wait, is that
Cultural appropriation.
That's a
dark chocolate.
Canadian.
That's some
wait,
racist
is that
shit right there.
a-
What are you doing? What do you mean racist shit for? You know?
Dr. Phil called and he wants his hairstyle back. Since we want to
Damn.
He can have it
Damn.
back. He can have it back if I get the money. How about that? We'll do a swap.
can I just say, this is the first time I've actually like spoken to Lynx, but Lynx is bringing the fire.
She is.
Seriously.
She is.
She's
Alright.
dirty.
She's savage.
Oh,
She
yeah,
actually
Jesus.
is. So she's
I was
just like
shocked.
she's bringing that heat. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She's a keeper.
She is. We love you, Lynx.
Occasionally.
Better.
Damn.
Can everyone just, I know like this is going like way off topic, but can everyone give us your best all right?
All right.
All right.
All right.
Come on, people. Where's the passion?
I did it.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right. All right.
Celebrating fate.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right. All right.
Can you say all right, but like zesty?
Zesty.
What?
With a
I
bit of
know
spice.
what you
You had to make it zesty.
All right.
All right.
Nah.
All right.
Wow.
Not the snap.
Giggity. All right.
I will pay somebody.
Now that
I will pay. This is.
I don't know what the word is. It's not cultural appropriation, but it's the other word.
No,
I will. This is. I'm going to hell.
stereotype.
I'm going to hell when I say this, and Chris is probably going to cut it out. So I'll say it anyway.
He's going to edit around it. It's just going to be
He's gonna edit
What
it.
is
He's
edit?
in charge of it. He's in charge of it.
Right.
Hold on to your butts.
As soon as you nut, you go. All right.
Wow.
My God.
Just walk away. Be a man. Just walk away.
You don't
All
clean
right.
first.
That's not my problem.
God, that's way off. Whoa.
Exactly.
That's
Not
way
my
off.
problem,
That's way
he
off.
said.
Hold on.
Wow.
We'll see Chris in 3 hours after he finishes editing this podcast.
Mike's
All
like,
right.
now I know why people hate this motherfucker.
I was like, whoa.
That's the funny
I'm
part.
just
Just
imagining-
I just like mucking around because I like making people laugh and jokes and stuff like
Yeah,
that. You
that's
get
what
this
we're
younger
like.
generation. You can't say that. You
Can't say that. Can't
What do
do that.
how do you think that looks to people? I don't give a fuck how it looks to people. Like, I mean, I don't walk around walking up to people going, all right, did you say it after your nut today? Like, I don't say that shit. It's just comedic jokes.
I was walking
Right.
around with Fate once, and he did that exact thing he said he never does.
You're a liar. You're a fucking
What?
liar.
He just walked up to this stranger and went, all right.
Really?
Wow.
Would that be your
oh, wow.
superhero catchphrase? All right.
All right.
Oh, wow. Hey, you got to hit
Someone
with
gets
the
crushed
Owen
by a
Wilson.
car. All
Hit
right.
it with the Owen Wilson. Oh, wow.
I would honestly watch, now that I think about it, I would love to watch a 1 hour compilation of just every all right you've ever done
All right.
across your entire
I'll
channel.
get to it. I'll get to
You're
it.
gonna, all right, I'll hold you to that.
Or just get 3 of your best all rights and put them together so it's like McConaughey.
Okay, all right, here you go. Lynx, you said you wanted to do something, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I want the Trump China compilation type, but with all rights. Is that something that's
God.
possible? Right?
Yeah.
China,
I can
right?
China.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. It's that guy.
Sorry.
I think it's
Yeah,
that
you know that
guy
clip
who's selling
thing?
the LED stuff. Is that the one you're talking about?
I think
That's what he impersonating.
No, it's so somebody every time like Trump has said the word China because he says it in a really funny way. He's like China, right?
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
somebody made like a diss track, like a song out of like that, and then they did the one about eating the dogs and the cats. They're eating the
Yeah, that
dogs, they're
was
eating the
great.
cats, you know. And it's
Oh
just
my god.
Eating the pets.
so.
Someone gifted me a Trump shirt at Christmas time, and it's got his face on it. And it says China. Oh, it's the funniest thing ever. And the day he became president, I wore that shirt and I wore my Trump hat. And my friend was shitting himself. My friends were shitting themselves. Like, we were going to get yelled at. And I'm like, I don't care. You know what I mean? And I went to this burger place with my best friend, and he didn't care. And his kid's like, oh, you better not get me banned from this place. And I'm like, I don't give a shit if they ban you from this place. Anyway, the girl that served me, she goes, I love that shirt. It's the best shirt ever. I love that shirt.
I think you should start selling shirts fake just with your face and just all right
I did.
under it.
Have we
I
had
literally,
two-
I actually
have we
created
had
the
two at the
merch.
same time?
Did you?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've got it. Yeah, unless something happened, but I actually created the merch. No, one
Have we ever had
fucking
two hats
person.
at the
No,
same
one person
time?
bought my shirt.
I just want to say this hat, I know what it means, but tell our listeners what this hat stands for.
Okay, it's based on the MAGA hat, obviously. Make America Great Again, but it's Make Mortal Kombat Great Again.
How do we get one of those? I want one.
I can send you one. They're just a made in China hat that I get because I'm poor, so I just get the cheapest hat that they got.
You have to scrunch your face when you say it. China.
China. He always does things with his hands like China.
China.
Oh my god.
We need to make Mortal Kombat
Great again.
great again.
That's
Make
right.
Mortal Kombat great again.
And do you think Floyd is the first step toward
Oh,
that?
100%. Like I said, it's an
Yeah.
old school secret. It's an old school thing. Like, you know, more of that in the game will bring us back to where we came from. like more of that uppercut sounds, bringing that excellent, the toaster you mentioned, all that stuff needs to come back. I want music on the select screen. I don't want ambience. I am sick of ambience on the select screen.
They need to bring
to get me into
they
the
need
game.
to bring like what Tekken did with their Tekken jukebox. Mortal Kombat needs to do the same thing. Like bring classic music to the modern Mortal Kombat game.
But even without the jukebox, play any fighting game and they have good music on the select screen. I don't know why Mortal Kombat stopped doing it. It's so weird.
I think it's more cinematic. That's why they're doing it. It's like it transitions from like the menu into the thing. And I understand like that's cool. But every other game, like as soon as you go into your character select screen, you've got this super catchy tune. Just G's you up.
It's supposed to pump you up, right? And I get what you're saying, cinematic, but the cinematic stuff shouldn't start on the select screen. It should start after.
I sent you a link, Chris.
Right.
Right. For all the all right shirts. I did a whole bunch. I did fucking shirts for women too.
All right.
Right.
Oh yeah, there's outfits for women.
All right. It just says all right.
I calculated them all right.
It just says all right.
I'm getting a shirt and I'm getting a hat and I'm gonna wear it and I'm gonna imitate you.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a stream where I imitate you.
Are you gonna wear a bald cap?
It's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I'll get you this exact hat links. I'll get you it.
So you got to get a ball. You got to get a ball cap.
Yeah.
Actually, I just recently, I don't know if you know who Keemstar is, but I just recently did a cosplay of him. And I made myself bald. It was great. It was great.
A little fucking garden gnome. He's a little garden gnome.
Keemstar? Keemstar?
Mike, right? What's your favorite MK game?
Favorite?
Yeah.
Ooh, damn. Right from like, can I say it was like from each era?
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, okay. Whatever gets you chubbed up, I don't care.
I mean, trilogy is my. I mean, see
you next year, Chris.
I mean, trilogy is my jam. I mean, it's just.
Fuck yeah, man! There it is. There it is.
What do you say?
Trilogy. Yes.
Trilogy is my jam. Like that's been my shit since like the 90s. Like I was a kid. Like I had that shit. Like I played on the N64 until I got a PS1, and then the rest was history.
Yep.
It's a gimmick. It's a stupid gimmick.
He's gonna walk off. He's gonna walk off set in a minute.
You know how I feel about trilogy.
It's your favorite, isn't it?
We're never gonna hear.
And I keep explaining his PTSD. Listen. I know you have PTSD, but you played.
Be like, you didn't play the PlayStation.
That's right. You didn't play the actual superior version. Right?
I've got all of them. I've got it over there. Factory
Listen,
seal.
Listen. I'll make it really easy for you to understand. Right? This is more shit you can edit out. Right? Somebody told you the proper way to have sex was in the butt. Right? That's the N64 version.
No.
And then one day, suddenly shows you the PS1 version, and suddenly you're like, oh my god, that's where we're supposed to do it. That's exactly the difference, right? That is the truth. The PS1, actually, the PC one's probably the best.
Have you had butt sex?
There's no line time.
How do you know? How do you know? Have you had butt sex? How do you know it's not good?
Not done on me personally. Exit only on the men.
You're acting like you're this expert, and you don't know. You might like it.
Listen. I'll tell you what.
Winks, what's going on?
Listen, I'll tell you what. And people like it, that's fine. But if taking a shit is any indication of having something solid in your ass that you're trying to get back out again, it's not working for me. That's just my
Don't knock until you try it.
You don't know until you've tried it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you go.
Mike over here is learning shit. He's getting an education.
I'm just sitting here and it's like,
trilogy. Listen, when it comes to trilogy, I've got the source code for Nintendo, PlayStation, and PC. I've got it. I've got the Nintendo version. Yep. I've got the PlayStation version. I've got the prototypes. I've got all the builds, and they're all shit. And that's because you can play as the boss characters in it. You can uppercut from Mortal Kombat 1 levels to Mortal Kombat 2 levels to Mortal Kombat 2 levels to Mortal Kombat 3 levels, which breaks the whole immersion story of the original trilogy. Let me finish! They added stupid Star Bridge in N64 all of these things break it for me.
Yeah, but that's the
Right?
N64 version. That's the Wish version.
No, but
right.
no, the other stuff I said's in the PlayStation version too. And the fact that they have like two different chameleons, female chameleons only on Nintendo, male chameleons only on
Well, I didn't like
PlayStation.
that part. No,
All this
I didn't
weird
like that.
shit.
That
Like,
part, yeah.
yeah, the hitboxes are the biggest thing about it. You should never be able to play the guest characters. I actually, in the old days, I never wanted anybody to be able to play as any of the secret characters either. I never wanted anyone to be Noob Saibot or Jade. Because like they were overpowered from the start and then they were reduced down to be
Well,
playable.
you
right?
just don't
So
get
what you're
everything
saying
you
is
want.
you support inclusivity? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
What
Why
am
do
I
you want
saying?
people? Why do you want people to play as a black man? Noob Saibot, you fucking racist. Right? I'm
didn't
sick of
say
this
that!
shit, man.
How do you know
Right.
he's black man? He's just a black outfit.
Oh, you
colour.
fucking now you're reducing the black man to just an outfit.
How do you know he's a black man?
That's it.
Prove
Right,
it.
what?
Digging. I'm gonna go get a grave started for you so you can hop in when we're done here.
He's doing the undies argument.
I
You
know.
don't even
I
know.
just.
Don't go undies on me, dude.
I'm just
Yeah, I
kidding.
think we
bro.
need to
love
start
you.
digging that grave.
Yeah.
Aren't you not wearing undies? Didn't you say that
That was a
before we
joke.
started?
I'm not wearing any underwear. I said, because there's a secret chat, a text chat. That...
I need proof to believe that.
Damn.
What the?
He's
What
not-
the?
Wow.
You happy?
Wow, this chat's just totally gone downhill.
Mike's like,
This
Going
is
uphill.
just.
What are you
Chris
talking
is-
about?
Chris
This is
is like,
a curse.
Mike-
This is like a cursed episode right now.
We're Aussie. We don't screw around.
yeah, we're unfortunately very
And it's Fate's last
something.
one, so he's got to get it all out.
yeah.
Well, last one for a while.
Well,
Yeah.
don't get it all out. I don't want that on the podcast. You can save the rest of it for later.
We said that earlier.
Oh yes, she's doing
Oh
it.
my god.
Oh my God.
She's doing it.
Oh my god.
I don't have time to prepare, so we'll see what I can do.
No, you're doing all right.
Have you ever- I wonder if a bald cap is the equivalent to putting on a condom, because this shit sucks to put on.
Depends. Is it lubed up or?
Fate would never know. He just says, "All right, you're up to cleaning now."
Condoms are for fucking pussies. What are you talking about?
There we go.
He's wearing
Yeah,
an
that's the
umbrella.
point. That's what they're for.
What they're, it's like,
That is what they're for, right?
what they're for. Like, do you want? You don't want to make a mess.
You can see a
Oh,
little-
what the?
Wow.
He just has one on his desk. Just
You never know. You never know. You never know
no, that's his mouse
whatever
pad.
happens.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of something offensive I can say that's exactly you.
All right.
Hmm.
Wow.
China.
Wow.
Chris is like, do you want to be on a
I'm gonna make
podcast? And Mike's like, I'm not coming on there, that fucking dude.
He'll never have fun again. I've been on podcasts where they're like, "Hey, Tulip, can we come on?" And then like they never invite you back because they one thing they don't like, and it's like the end of the world. Oh God, everyone
Wow.
again. Oh, he's bad.
Well, we've certainly started off 2025 with a bang. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
While we're sort of in this destructive state, do you guys want to talk about your socials and sort of promote yourselves at all?
All right.
You wait till I put a bald cap on.
Wow.
to do-
It links. Hey, it links. You should do a ball stream. You should go and do a ball stream the next time.
Where's my Diddy oil?
Jesus.
Wait, did you say bald stream or ball stream?
Bald stream. Bald stream.
I got confused with Fate. He does he every Sunday night he does a ball stream.
All right.
All right.
Fate's the type of guy where you just look at him and you can tell one of his balls hangs lower than the other.
You know they're supposed to? You know that, right?
He just confirmed it.
Wow.
Dude, okay.
Aren't they supposed
Yeah.
to?
Absolutely. Wow.
All right.
All right.
Hold on, I gotta move my ring to my pinky.
Every good after this is going to be like, well, shit, Fate's right.
We'll just pause for this moment. Everyone check. No.
I know for a fact it's hung out of his shorts too.
Wow.
Oh wow. Wow.
Everyone just goes silent.
Look at his face.
I just got really quiet. I actually think this is the first time I've ever seen Fate blush.
Every guy's had that at some stage.
It's just the red hat.
Yeah.
Every guy's had that at some stage. That's why we're all quiet. How'd you know?
Wow.
I wouldn't know.
How'd you know then?
But it would be even worse if I took off the ball cap because my hair's gonna look even worse now. It's gonna be so staticky.
Oh shit. Will you take it off?
She pied us
Oh,
on
it-
that camera yesterday.
You have to do it now that you've said that.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be so bad.
It's gonna feel so painful.
That's not too bad.
It's not really that bad.
My hair's still a little bit wet in the back, so it's just gonna be a frizzy.
Like,
I don't have those problems.
It's
it
okay,
ain't
at least
really
I
that
have hair.
bad.
You're still wet in the back too, aren't you, Fate?
I was born in the gutter. I was not molded by it, you know. I was born there.
You was bold.
Dark Knight Rises.
Wow. All right. So, Fate, did you want to kick us off? Did you want to just
Kick
promote
us
yourself?
off. Yeah, get the fuck out. All ears.
Thanks for being on the podcast. Now,
And never return. Are we banned, Chris, from future episodes?
no, I don't think so. I think
He wants me back. I don't know about y'all. I don't know why.
Chris, listen. This is
I
Chris,
mean,
right?
It's question.
Chris,
Hey, it's up to him. It's up to Chris.
what's that fucking Ed Norton movie? Fight Club, right?
Fight Club.
Chris,
What happens in Fight Club stays in Fight Club.
Chris
Fight
is
Club.
Ed Norton, and I'm his Brad Pitt.
This is my
Right.
power. I can
I
say any
am-
movie
I am-
and I can make it appear.
Because look at him. You look at him. Every time I say shit, he's like, I really want to say that too, but I can't. So I'm gonna let him do it.
yeah, that's why I invited you on. You can take the fall, and I'll just
Yep.
just enjoy it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, did you want to tell the listeners about like your YouTube channel and
They
What
aren't
you
coming to
do?
my YouTube channel.
no?
Hey,
No,
if you want
yeah,
more of this,
they're doing secret.
They do in
It's like
secret,
me. I see like 20 people watching me and no one's logged in.
yeah. So,
They,
I just
they love the total MK, but they don't want to be like, oh,
shut
let me
up,
see the
bitch!
chat.
It's my turn to talk.
Okay,
right?
sorry.
Damn.
You're gonna leave anyway for 2 months.
Yeah, give or take. So yeah, I got a fighting game channel, fight all our enemies, but I am just stepping away for a month or two, just to just deal with some stuff behind the scenes, with family and whatnot. So but I'm on there. You can find me Infinite Retro on Twitter, but I don't really talk on there, so don't bother. And I'm bald, and everyone's stealing my shit.
Wow.
So there.
all right.
No one's stealing your hairline.
Hey, listen, some of us can't boast that they've got their forehead starting here. You know what I'm saying? Right?
That's true. That's true. I'll give you that.
Your frame's a little less shiny since you put the hat on.
Oh, my
Yeah,
bad. Let me fix that. Hang on.
The light levels have like leveled out.
Oh, now it's beaming. Now it's beaming.
Whoa, look at that.
There we go.
Look at the radius.
I look like, you know,
Oh, now the ball.
that's how they...
Was that SpongeBob? That one SpongeBob episode, that one fish is staring. My eyes.
He's looking a bit like, when he gets close, he looks a bit like Deadly Alliance Blaze.
That's how they did the sun in that new stage. Right? You see the sun on the field?
That
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
ball. You know what? We're gonna take your baldness and just put that as like the sun on that stage.
Just put Fate. Actually, we'll see if someone can mod that in, put Fate's head as the
That's
sun.
angry and it like swoops down at you and like chasing you
Oh
across the
my
room.
god.
kind of like the
Right.
Teletubby, like the sun from the
Yeah,
Teletubbies.
Oh no.
Fucking Teletubbies, man. Oh, shit.
Now I need to make that a meme. I'm gonna send you that so you can add that in.
Yep.
I'm gonna put
That could be a new emoji on his Discord channel.
Yes, and I'm gonna make that an emoji in your Discord. You're welcome.
I think everyone on this chat should become an emoji on my Discord channel too.
You should. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta plug your new Discord.
Mike's
your
smile.
revamped.
Oh, I make memes with my face. Like, if you go to my social media, like on my Instagram and stuff, like I made memes with my freaking face, just like just smiling like this.
You know, you actually have like early Eddie Murphy face structure with. You know how Eddie Murphy had that real thin moustache when he was young.
Yeah.
I've been sitting there looking at this beautiful man going, when have I seen that? Because sometimes I associate people's faces with actors and shit, right? And that's what I'm getting. That's the vibes. It's that young Eddie Murphy, like young Delirious Days, Beverly Hills Cop look with the thin.
It's more like Arsenio Hall. It's more on that too.
Yeah. Okay.
It's more on that too. I get that from people and stuff. Every time I freaking smile, it's just like, oh my god, it's like Eddie Murphy or Arsenio Hall.
Can you do the laugh?
I put a comparison. Somebody put a comparison of me smiling and a picture of Arsenio Hall smiling. They put that in comparison on my Facebook. That's like, yeah, like the comparison is scary.
Can you do the Eddie Murphy laugh? Fate's asking.
Oh, I can try.
Yes.
Yeah, man, that's it. That's it, baby.
I don't have the finger like Arsenio Hall. Arsenio Hall, I got that big ass finger that he does. Let's get busy.
There's someone.
All right, Lynx, did you want to promote yourself before we go?
You can find my social media at Jarama Queen Links, or my Discord is Links2003. Follow me if you want a cool Mortal Kombat statue. Or don't, I guess.
Or a fake
if you run that way.
with underwear.
No.
One of
Fake
them.
undies statue.
Mike, did you want to go next?
My socials, you can follow me on Mad Mike 54 on YouTube and Twitch. Mike Jones _Mad on Instagram and Twitter. And I have outside of Mortal Kombat stuff, I have a wrestling podcast I'm a part of, which is Wrestling in the Middle. So we talk about some if you're into wrestling, we talk about WWE, AEW, sometimes New Japan stuff if you're into that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So
Kenny Bomb does that too. He does wrestling and Mortal Kombat as well.
Okay.
Have you watched Kenny Bomb? Great YouTuber.
I think so. I think I watched a few. I watched a few from him.
Also, question: is that official merchandise? It looks official.
This I got it from a different site. It's not from the official site. I got it from some superhero
Temu?
something. Yeah, because
Okay.
they had a similar to this, but it was red. This was the orange one.
Oh, the orange one's nice. Yeah. Definitely. Yep.
I got that one instead of the red one.
Yep. No, it
All
looks
right,
good.
Total MK, your turn.
Everyone knows me. Totally okay.
Total MK, pretty much
They all
everywhere,
watch
right?
me. They all know me because they're all watching me, but they're not logged in. So I know they all know my stuff.
All right,
You
everyone.
love
Well,
me,
it's
Chris.
been awesome having you guys on. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Hope
Thank
you're having
you.
an awesome 2025. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to do the outro, which I haven't done in a long time. Normally I have Toasty to do it with me. So after I say my bit, if all you guys can stay flawless together, we'll see what happens. We'll see what sort of mess we create, right?
Yeah.
So have fun, stay safe, and
Stay
Stay
flawless.
flawless.
all right.
All right. So we're going to stay flawless today, and I want to talk
Which we'll
about
try.
that.
When the world's gone to shit, try to stay flawless.
Stay flawless.